Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. Every single month I share videos all about our financial journey, about our budget, about what goals we're working on, and so much more. If that sounds interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button and become a part of my YouTube family. I love having you guys here and cheering you guys on as well as you cheering me on. It just is such an awesome community. So if you haven't already, subscribe. What are you waiting for? It's so much fun around here. Today, we're going to be going over our February budget. It's crazy because I feel like this year just started. I'm like still on the high of like the new year. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this budget with you guys. Although it's honestly a pretty boring budget. We really don't have too much in this budget that is like outside of our norm. So it's like a very low-key budget. I did want to mention two things before we get started on this budget that we do have that are going to be coming up that we're actually pulling from sinking funds. So we do have my car registration, which is $85. That's going to come from our car sinking fund, so you won't see that on this budget. Then we also have my son, he plays baseball, and we have his baseball registration, but I actually don't think I need to pay that this year, other than like maybe a small fee. But I actually volunteer on the board of my son's Little League, and so I actually get his registration for free. Again, if you guys have kids in sports, I feel like it's really something good that you could do to try to see if you can like volunteer or do other things to get their registration free, especially for more expensive sports. I know baseball is pretty expensive. If I didn't have it for free, it would be a few $100s every single year to do that. So just, it's like interesting to me how many different opportunities I've been able to find since being on a debt-free journey to get things for free or discounted that I would have never even thought of before. So just wanted to share that. Some common questions that I get are cell phones and car insurance. So car insurance, we pay twice a year. So I had that in my January. I talked about it in my January budget, but that comes out of our car sinking fund. And then cell phones, we have our cell phones through Mint. I have a link down below if you guys want to check out Mint Mobile. I absolutely love it. My husband and I have both had Mint for a few months now. It's worked perfectly. I'm actually kind of irritated that I did not switch earlier because we could have been saving so much money by switching to Mint. It like has seriously been so great. So if you have not checked it out, they have a really cool map on their website where you can go input your exact address and it will tell you like what your coverage is, if you have good coverage or not good. So you'll know kind of before switching, like if it will work for you. I know it doesn't work for everybody. But yeah, it gives us excellent service by where we live. So highly recommend you check it out at least, even if it doesn't work for you, at least just see if maybe the map would be good for you, the coverage would be good. So let's just go ahead and get started. I think that's all I had to talk about before we get into the video. So my husband and I both work full-time and we bring in just our regular salaries, and that's at $7,200. So no changes to that. And then we also do typically bring in some side hustle income, but that we never count on it. We always just count it at the end of the month when we do our budget recaps. So every single month I post a corresponding video to this that is the like budget closeout, the budget reconciliation. And that is like our real spending. And you know, a lot of times it's a little bit different because life happens throughout a month and things pop up. And so yeah, if you have not watched any of my budget recap videos, I highly recommend you go check a few of them out. They're really interesting to me. They're like my favorite videos to film because I just love like recapping the month and just seeing where we could do better every single month. And it's usually eating out, if I'm being honest, but there's always like some areas that I feel like we could improve on. So it's really interesting to film those videos. So we have our mortgage. Moving on to our fixed expenses. Our mortgage is our first fixed expense, and that's at $2,100. So that is actually for March 1st. So I'm budgeting in February for our March 1st mortgage, and that's at $2,100. Although our actual mortgage amount is not this amount. It's like $2,050.94 or something along those lines, close to that. But we pay a flat $2,100 just to pay a little bit extra every single month towards our mortgage, and it just makes it a nice round number. So that's what we do with that. Then we also have Netflix. Netflix is at $8 a month. We do have the like lowest, cheapest plan for Netflix. Then we have our Peloton bike. So this is just for like the membership fee. We bought the bike in full I think in 2020. So like almost 3 years ago now. And yes, we love it. I would highly recommend it to anybody who is wanting to get on like a good home workout routine. It's been really awesome for me, especially because I can't leave my kids to go to a gym. And if we wanted to go to like a YMCA or somewhere that had like childcare, it would be way more expensive than this, probably like 3 times this. So it's worked out really well for us. Then we also have our internet. So this is at $60. Then next up we have our giving. So we do have a reoccurring donation that goes to St. Jude in the amount of $100 per month. And then we also have preschool. So an update on preschool is that my daughter got moved up into a different room because obviously she is getting older as these months pass. And so she actually got moved up to a new room and her rate decreased. So this is actually going down to $760, which is awesome. That's a super cool thing that's happening. It actually happened in January, but I had already filmed my January budget. So stay tuned and watch the January reconciliation or budget recap because I will talk about it then too, but it actually went into effect in January. So that's been really awesome. Then one thing that we have this month that we don't have every single month is our water bill. So our water bill comes out quarterly. So this is not something that we have in every single budget, but it is, I'm guesstimating like $225. I won't know until later in the month of February what it exactly is. So that's another thing that will be updated on our budget reconciliation. So then we also just have our electric. So I'm putting $250. Hopefully that's enough. This is for January, and January is typically very cold where I live. So we'll see if that's enough, I'm hoping. So that brings our total fixed expenses to $3,548, and that leaves our remaining at $3,652. So next we're gonna go up to our variable expenses. So first we have here is our personal spending money. So my husband and I both get personal spending money every single month, and we both get $100 each. That's just what works for us. Eventually we might raise that, especially with inflation, because I feel like that $100 is just not going very far anymore. So we may look at raising that eventually, just a little bit, because I feel like, again, it's not stretching like it used to. I feel like $100 a month used to be like plenty, but it's just not anymore, because everything is so expensive. So gas for our vehicle is $175. That is what we're leaving it at. That's been working out fine for us. I really don't drive very much because I primarily am working from home still. So that still is a pretty low budget for us. But my husband does have to leave to go to work. So he does do a bit of driving every single week. Luckily, he works like decently close to our house, but it still is him leaving multiple times a week to have to leave and go to the office. So yes, groceries we have at $800. That's been working out good. You know, this month in January, we are really, really trying to be like cognizant of it. We're trying to meal plan and do really well. And so far we have spent, not as much as I would have expected us to. So I'm hoping that it's working. Again, stay tuned for the January budget recap because I will talk more about that then. But we are really trying in January to just do a better job of, I feel like in past months, especially like basically from August until now, until like December, we were just kind of like ordering whatever. We weren't really paying attention. Like I was just ordering stuff. Like I was ingredient shopping, which I heard that term on TikTok, I think. And it's basically where like you just order like a bunch of ingredients, but you don't actually know what you're going to make instead of like having a meal plan. So I'm thinking I might post a video at the end of this month that is about like how to save money on groceries and like my experience in trying to like save money at the grocery store. So if you guys want to see a video like that, let me know and I will film that at the end of the month, but that's my plan for now. So groceries, hopefully 800 will be plenty. Family fun, we're going to do 100 still. That's also been working out well. We have 3 kids. So, family fun stuff is also getting increasingly expensive because we have so many people to like go to things. So yeah, $100 has been working out, but I was actually just talking to my husband about this the other day that we might consider raising our family fun budget in the summertime because I feel like there's just so much more to do in Wisconsin in January, February, March, pretty much all of April too. Like there's really not much to do, you know? We're staying in the house, it's cold, so we're not like out at the pool and stuff. So miscellaneous, we do $200 a month for just, you know, whatever life decides to throw at us, whatever month it is. You know, there's always stuff that comes up between kids and us, just, you know, extras like little gifts and stuff. Dining out, $250. I'm really hoping we can be good about this. So in January, I am doing a little challenge with my husband. You know, we're trying to eat out one time a week. That's it. No more. Okay. And so far we've been doing good, but you know, it's early in the month still. You know, the month isn't over yet. January is not over yet. So there's still time for us to mess that up, but we have been doing really good and I'm really proud of that because I really do want to eat out less. So if you guys watched my 2023 goals video, I talked a little bit about like my personal goals and I actually added one, and it is to eat out less. Okay, because when we were looking at our eating out spending for last year, I was just like, you know, why did we spend thousands of dollars in eating out? Like, it's just not good. So we could do better, and I'm really trying to do that this year. So I'm hoping that 250 will be plenty. I'm hoping that we will be under that, okay? Because last year, I think most of the year we were over that. So if we can be under that most months this year, I will consider that a win in my personal goal of eating out less. So variable expenses, that leaves us at $1,725. So our variable expenses, we typically have approximately the same budget every single month. I haven't really been raising these or like changing them very much. We have been changing our grocery budget. Last year, I think we changed it like 3 times, maybe 2 times, but I'm hoping this year will calm down with the inflation and we can like leave it at $800 the whole year, because I feel like $800 is a lot of money. You know, we have 5 people, but I still feel like $800 is a lot of money. That leaves our left to budget at $1,927. Next, we're gonna go down to our sinking funds. So we currently have our same sinking funds that we have for a really long time. So we have car, home, Christmas, kids, and vacation. So I've talked a little bit about this, but we are hoping to go on a vacation in March or April. I can't remember when our spring break is. I think it's the first week of April. So technically April, but you know, like end of March, early April for spring break. So I'm hoping, you know, we'll be planning that soon. We haven't planned anything yet, which I know we really need to get on that, but we need to take a look at that and figure out what we're doing, or if we're doing anything. We do want to do something this year for sure. I just don't know if it's definitely going to be over spring break or not. So we'll see. I'll update you guys when I know more. But again, we haven't planned anything. Life has just been lifing and it's been super busy. So I have not even had a chance to like look at what we want to do. We're doing 100 for car, 100 for home, 100 for Christmas, 50 for kids, and 150 for vacation. Again, I'm doing a little bit more on vacation because we're hoping to be taking a vacation soon. So I want to kind of beef that up a little bit. Although I know I've said this in a bunch of other videos, but we do have a decent amount in that right now because we have not actually vacationed in a couple years. Really since like well before COVID, probably like 2018 or 19 was like when we took our last like, you know, flying travel vacation. I just realized that I wrote my remaining on the sinking funds line. I'm sorry, you guys. When I get to talking, I get distracted. Okay, let's fix this. So that leaves our total sinking funds at $500, and that leaves our total remaining at $1,427. So that will be going to financial goals, and the current financial goal that we're working on is our car fund. So if you guys have been watching my Debt Free Friday videos, we have been saving up money to put towards a new car. So that's what the remainder will be going towards. And hopefully we will be having more money go to that with side hustles. We always put 100% of our side hustle income towards our financial goal that we're working on, which in this case is our car fund. So hopefully this will be closer to like $2,000. That would be amazing. So yes, that is all I have for our February budget. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you budgeted for February? And how is your January budget going? Are you guys like new year, new me? Are you doing awesome on your budget, or is it a struggle? Let me know. I would love to cheer you on, give you guys support. What are you working on right now? What financial goals? Let me know. And I will talk to you guys on Friday for Debt Free Friday. Bye guys.